What if your face was no longer truly yours? What if every gesture quietly revealed more than words? They watch you without your knowledge, analyzing you without consent. This is not surveillance. This is a disturbing digital dissection. They taught you to close doors, seeking a little privacy. But no one warned you. The real danger came from within. That sensor you activated for comfort never truly turned off. Your movements, emotions, and thoughts always leave lasting traces. You no longer need speech to be read, nor movement to be found. Technology promised freedom, yet you surrendered your face as the key. Now everything you are becomes another variable within the system. At airports, you no longer show papers. You only show your face. Facial recognition identifies you instantly, within a fraction of a second. Even with glasses, masks, or crowds, the algorithm almost never fails. It reads you better than humans, and it never grows tired. Your expressions, proportions, even blinking rhythms, all are transformed into code. You thought it was convenience, but in truth you trained the machine. Each time you unlock yourself, you grant permission to be remembered. Knowing who you are is insufficient. Now they demand your emotions. Emotional artificial intelligence analyses not only your face, but micro-expressions. A frown, a blink, the slightest tension, everything carries hidden meaning. Technology scans your face, searching patterns invisible to the naked eye. While speaking, you are already read by algorithms that never forget. They call it artificial empathy, but it reeks of watching the soul. When emotion becomes data, even silence begins to scream. You no longer need to touch anything to be fully scanned. Your body emits unique signals, heartbeat, pressure, even how you walk. Passive biometrics collects this data without your direct consent. No sensors are visible, no questions asked, only constant biological captures. Your heartbeats stopped being intimate. They are now identifiers within the system. Even if you change your face, your body will always betray you. The most disturbing part, you never know when monitoring truly began. You don't need to be somewhere for that place to remember you. Your phone quietly builds your life, routes, times, and company. Algorithmic geolocation no longer limits itself to simply locating you. Now it predicts where you'll be, with whom, and for how long. Every movement creates a pattern, and each pattern nourishes the model. You become trajectory, habit, prediction, never true presence. When routine no longer belongs to you, your future disappears too. It is not just what you post, but how you post. Your emojis, silences, even voice rhythm, every detail always counts. Psychological artificial intelligence analyses patterns, building emotional profiles. You don't read social networks, they are the ones reading you. Your tastes, fears, and impulses remain permanently exposed. It is not only to sell you something, it is to shape you. If they predict your reactions, they can also rewrite your identity. Every camera, microphone, and sensor can now be connected. Distributed artificial intelligence dwells within thousands of faceless eyes. No matter where you are, if there is signal, surveillance follows. The machine no longer needs operators. It only requires flowing data. This is not merely a network, it is a global nervous system. When everything can see you, hiding becomes pure fiction. Welcome to the future. Not surveillance, but hyper-surveillance. At protests, raising your voice is no longer anonymous. Every face is captured by facial recognition within massive crowds. Cameras do not just see, they remember and label human emotions. Emotional artificial intelligence detects fear, anger, or anticipated intent. You don't need to break anything to be marked as a threat. The algorithm never doubts, never listens, and never forgives. What if fear of being seen outweighs desire to speak? Your living room is no longer private. It functions as a data center. Smart assistants record commands, conversations, silences, and vocal patterns. Home cameras never sleep, even when you believe they are off. Sensors know when you are present, what you do, and how you react. Home surveillance is sold as safety, yet it invades your privacy. Your house stopped being a refuge. It has become a permanent mirror. And when you cannot disconnect at home, where can you hide? You no longer work as before. Now you only generate constant metrics. Workplace artificial intelligence tracks keystrokes, pauses, tone of voice, and posture. Biometric sensors detect fatigue, distraction, or anxiety before you notice. Your productivity is measured not by results, but by simple flow. If your pace slows, the machine notices it before you do. This is not ordinary surveillance. It is emotional quantification disguised as efficiency. How far can the system reach without ever physically touching you? A baby is no longer born free. It is digitally registered from the start. Smart cribs monitor cries, movements, and complete sleep patterns. In schools, facial cameras identify emotions, performance, and behavior. From childhood, children learn that constant watching feels completely normal. Privacy is not lost. It is unknown from the very beginning. Their world holds no blind corners, no moments outside the system. Can anyone truly long for something they never experienced? This is not science fiction. Your behavior already defines your opportunities. Algorithmic social scoring decides access to employment and essential services. One bad gesture, one criticism, or a mistake, and you are marked. Behavioral artificial intelligence crosses data, emotions, and social networks. There is no human judge, only correlations defining your true worth. Your expression not only communicates, it can also severely condemn you. What if a forced smile became your only possible defense? You don't need to be guilty. Sometimes just appearing guilty is enough. A single error in artificial intelligence can change your entire destiny. One misread expression, and the algorithm triggers an instant alert. Automated justice never hears excuses, it only executes strict protocols. Your emotional record can sometimes weigh even more than facts. A shadow wrongly read, and you are completely erased from the system. Who answers when no human is there on the other side? If everything is visible, can you truly remain yourself? Privacy is not a luxury. It is a deeply personal reflection. Without room for mistakes, your identity becomes constant performance. You act under constant gaze, even when you believe you are alone. Freedom without privacy becomes obedience disguised as free will. It is not what you do, it is how you feel doing it. In such a state, even authenticity begins to look suspicious. Your emotions are no longer refuge. They have become processable data. Emerging neurotechnologies explore brainwaves to anticipate decisions. What you think, even what you repress, is becoming readable. This is not science fiction, it is predictive brain reading. Silence is no longer enough. Your mind constantly emits signals. When thoughts lose privacy, where does the self truly end? If the mind is vulnerable, is anywhere truly safe anymore? Who are you truly when hiding is no longer possible? If all your data is exposed, who ultimately defines your truth? Digital identity is built on traces, never on genuine essence. Algorithms never see your story. They only register accumulated patterns. You may change inside, yet data never truly forgets. The past becomes a sentence, and the present only a facade. In a world without anonymity, yourself becomes entirely public. You once thought before deciding, now you decide what was already thought for you. Predictive models anticipate your choices even before they happen. Your future actions are already written by your digital history. They offer what you supposedly need even before you desire it. Thus, your will becomes nothing more than a statistical route. You no longer choose, you only react to your former self. Where does free will end? And where does the algorithmic script begin? Silence now carries an ever-increasing price. In the near future, only those who want to disappear will pay. Private disconnection technologies are sold today as exclusive services. Privacy becomes membership, a trench reserved for digital elites. Rights transform into products, and products turn into control. Whoever does not pay accepts being watched as part of the contract. Will freedom exist only for those who can truly afford it? You did not lose it all at once. You surrendered it in fragments. Every click, every permission, every agreement signed without reading. The present is the result of thousands of tiny choices. But one question still keeps echoing. What if we are still in time to redesign the course? What if technology could serve instead of dominate? The final frontier is not technical, it is profoundly moral. They did not steal your privacy. You traded it for convenience. It was no direct invasion, it was an irresistible offer. Each useful feature concealed a silent, invisible surrender. Now technology does not just surround you, it interprets you. Every decision was recorded, every gesture translated, every impulse categorized. You became accustomed to being watched and you called it normality. Yet ask yourself, how much of you remains truly yours?